Zach, Edey and Caleb Furst. Right.
For all of you guys, actually, can you just speak to the potential this team has as an offensive rebounding team and what that means to your overall kind of offensive mix, being able to rely on that kind of effort?
I mean, it's pretty insane for our offense. We get a scoring chance every single time someone shoots the ball, and then we get a scoring chance every single time someone misses the ball. So it's just extra points, and those are points that are just really added on to your total. They don't take away anything from the offense, they don't take away shots from anyone else. It's just extra points.
I also, just to add to that, I think it has a lot to do with how we prepare for games and how we prepare ourselves in practice. We drill a lot of rebounding drills in practice, and a lot of teams may not do that. But Coach Payne is so fundamental, and he's all about the basics. And sometimes people forget about the basics, and that happens to be the most important part of the game is boxing out and getting the rebound. Little things like being in the line, making free throws. Like we focus on all those little things, and we kind of put it together as a team. And as long as we continue to do that, I think we will be very dominant. So.
Yeah, I just second everything they said. That's something we really stress, and so we were able to get it done tonight.
And just how much was there a mindset of more of a defensive mindset today as opposed to the first two games? And how much did you getting involved in that maybe spark your game and spark everybody else's?
Yeah, defense is always something that we stress, and so our defense hasn't been great for sure the first two games, and so that was something we wanted to stress even more, and I think we were able to do that. We paid attention to the scouting report, and we're able to get them to take a lot of the shots that we wanted to take rather than let them take the shots they wanted to take.
Zach, do you feel a different defensive intensity tonight compared to the first two?
For sure. I mean, especially for these three guys right here, we kind of knew dude coming in, Basil. He had a really good game the game before, so we kind of all took that personally. We knew that the coaches obviously got on us. They talked about it. They talked whatever. But we knew that we had to really come to play today. We had to come to be ready. They switched up their starting lineup last minute, so we had to change our kind of mindset for that. But it really just we kind of all took it personal a little bit because we feel like we're always going to be the better front court, and the dude was pretty good.
Trevion, I know you've come a long way during your career in terms of weight loss and skill development, but to get 1,000 career points, what does that mean to you?
I'm sorry?
To score 1,000 points for your career, what does that mean to you?
I just found that out 5 seconds ago. Man, it's a great achievement for me, man. I've put the work in, and I've dedicated myself, and I sacrifice, to get my body right and prepare for teams like this and moments like this. Like I said, I'm a senior now, man, and I've been through it, and I'm glad to reach that milestone. Why not add more to it? But for Purdue though, So.
And again, though, just to be in this moment, you mentioned your weight loss journey and everything you've gone through. When you came to Purdue, did you envision yourself having this type of career in terms of reaching 1,000 points?
I had no idea. That was never, kind of my mindset going into college. I didn't come in here and say I want to score 1,000 points. I came in and said I wanted to be a part of something special. I wanted to win. I wanted to be seen with a group of guys that that care about the game they love just as much as I do. And that was kind of my mindset, and I know I couldn't do that without making those sacrifices. And that was getting my body in shape, changing my diet, outside stuff, social stuff, separating myself from people. I just had to sacrifice a lot, and you got to have good people in your circle to kind of maintain that and balance everything. And I think I had a great support system, great team to kind of back me up, and I'm just glad and grateful for how far I've came. So.
For Zach, obviously the level of competition now steps up a little bit this weekend, a lot actually. Where do you think you guys are right now, and what have you seen these first 3 games that kind of makes you confident that you guys will represent yourselves pretty well out there?
We feel confident. We feel like we're a really good team together, especially we can feel like we can score the ball a lot. We haven't shown it. We feel like we play. We're a good defensive team, even though you kind of saw it this game. The last few games we've been kind of lacking in that. We feel we're we're confident that we're just a really good team. We have really good chemistry. Everyone plays for each other. Everyone loves each other. So it's just, we feel like we can beat anyone in the country.
Trevion, just to follow up on that, just what kind of bounce does this give you going into this weekend, having this complete performance as you head into playing the two teams that you're going to play?
Man, we're excited. We treated Wright State like they were, North Carolina or Villanova, one of those teams. We want to treat everybody the same, and that's kind of been our mindset going into the season. So now that it's here, there's no adjusting, there's no changes. We're already prepared, to play those teams of that caliber. So it just comes from, like I said, how we prepare for games and how coach prepares us. Our chemistry. I think this is a big boost. We got a lot of shots to fall. I think it was a balance between everybody. Everybody got a feel for it, and it's a great transition into what we're about to experience.
Trevion and Edey. Next game, you play North Carolina, who is comparatively much bigger than the past three opponents you played. Is there anything different, or what you guys are going to be working on when it comes to rebounding and just boxing out when it comes to playing a bigger opponent this coming game?
Not particularly. We try to play the same way no matter who we're playing. We're always going to try to box out defensively. We're always going to try to crash the glass offensively as hard as we can. So it's not an adjustment. It's obviously going to be tougher. They're obviously bigger, they're stronger, faster, but the game plan doesn't really change.
For Caleb, how have you kind of learned to kind of coexist around other really good players? Obviously, a guy who's been a centerpiece his whole basketball career. How have you learned to kind of play off these guys and Jaden and all that?
Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment, but with their talent, their passing ability, their core vision, the way they can score, the way they can rebound, it makes it pretty easy because we know that they're always going to do their job, and so we just have to do our job. And they make our job easier, so it's it definitely helps for sure.
And for Caleb and then Trevion, when Trevion has the ball in the paint, and how much is your head on the swivel just being on the lookout for those quick passes? And you showed it today with the behind the back pass. And just again, how do you have to stay aware and ready for those passes? And for Trevion, is that another part of your game, that behind the back pass, and so you try to pass behind your head as well? Is that maybe an underrated part of your game as you're passing?
I feel like that's kind of what completes me, man. Obviously, I'm not one-dimensional, but it's a huge part of my game. The way I was raised and the way I was taught to play basketball, I was taught to use passing and the way I pass the ball to include your teammates in the game and incorporate them and get them involved. And that's the way I was taught to play. So I just enjoy being part of a team. I enjoy the success of my teammates. When I make those passes. So and then it also makes my job easier. I can go be dominant on the block, and then I can kick out when teams come double. So just being able to do both, it stretches the floor a little more and makes guys kind of respect us a little more. So
Mike and then Brian.
You mentioned earlier how hard you guys work on rebounding drills. When you're out there together going against one another, what's that like for you?
We just beat each other up, really. We all crash. It's not like we're taking anything off in practice. We go just as hard in practice as we do in the games. We're really just trying to, maybe probably go harder in practice, honestly, because you don't got reps. We just hit each other, we drop our shoulders, stuff like that. It's how they want us to play. It's how it helps us for the game. So we're used to getting beaten up in battle.
it sounds really bad the way you say it.
That's how it goes.
Like that's not really how it is. We can't get better if we don't go hard. If we don't push each other, we won't get anything out of it. And that's why we work in practice. That's why we push each other. I tell Zach all the time that off the court, man, I love you, but when we're on different teams, I'm coming for you. I tell him that, and we make each other better. These past 2 years, man, playing against a bigger guy, a bigger defender, somebody we probably won't see in the Big Ten besides like Kofi. He's made me adjust my game and kind of stretch my game out a little more. And I just appreciate him for that. Like I said, we probably won't get anywhere if we don't push each other in practice. So there's a reason for everything.
Trey, as kind of one of the older guys on this team, when you have the weapons you have offensively and things come relatively easy offensively, how do you keep everybody on edge from a defensive perspective and not kind of get to the point where you just assume you can outscore everybody?
Man, just I'm trying my best to kind of step out of my comfort zone. I'm a quiet leader. I like to do things by example, and it's something I've been working on, just trying to be more vocal. I never realized, how effective, me talking to my teammates can help us, until watching film or, a coach actually telling me, Trey, you need to talk more, and, we have success with it. So that's something I've been working on, and, just being more vocal. Something I had a hard time realizing that, I'm an older guy on the team, I'm a senior. Guys want to listen, guys want to know, what I have to say, and I just have to understand that as a senior, if I talk more, we'll be more successful. So, and not just me, just everybody across the board, just talking to each other, just having non-stop communication. So.
Thank you, guys.